Okay, so Johnny, you're going to have to talk us through a couple of things here. So you haven't seen this full version yet, so I'm going to show it to you for the first time and just see what your thoughts are, and also what springs to mind. So here we go.
Okay, cool.
Here is the opening shot.
Oh wow!
Do you remember that?
I do. Somewhere along the garden route, we stopped on the side of the road.
That's right. And
it looked like a bit of a desolate wasteland, but we found a spot.
We found a spot and off we went. And I just remember you had a very nice camera, and I think you had some sort of app on it that did like a cinematic thing. But talk us through this. What do you remember?
Yeah, man, this was an epic road trip. We had so much fun. I think for me, what was really cool was just all the chatting that we did, and there was stuff like this that was all part of it. But we were, chatting to each other in the car and talking about ideas, and even working on some new songs and new music ideas. I remember driving along and me sitting in the passenger seat with my laptop. We were taking turns driving and working in GarageBand on keyboard ideas and various like drum patterns, and just seeing what sort of feel we could get and what we liked. So there was just a whole mishmash of stuff that we were working on, in addition to the purpose of the road trip being that we were actually playing gigs along the way. Filming this was a lot of fun along the way, but it was all just little bits that we did, little bits here and there as we were making our way on this road trip, sort of different spots along the garden routes, and just so much beautiful scenery, So, I mean, this looks great, but it's just fun to think about what was on the other side of the camera when all of this stuff was filmed, and some of the stuff that's going on in the background and the surrounds, trying to film some of these shots, and everyone's just going about their day, cars flying by on the highway, or people out for a walk around the lagoon. It's just epic.
Okay.
Just here with you. As you run a car past thinking, what the heck are these guys doing?
And kind of looking at you sideways, kind of like, huh? while the cell phone's in the back pocket playing, and you kind of lip syncing to the song, and they're kind of looking at you like, huh?
Yeah. And I mean, some of this I think you may have even done without any kind of cue. I think for some of it, like, we would just play the song from a phone. But I was amazed at your ability, even when you didn't have that cue, to be able to know what the rough tempo of the song was, and to be able to sing the lyrics in time. Or I mean, I think the stuff we did with guitar, you were playing along, but some of the lyrics that you were singing through there was just done off the cuff, just kind of knowing roughly what the tempo was and what the timing of the lyrics is.
And that is funny, because the same thing happened with Colorful World, where I wasn't playing, because I was standing in the ocean for Colorful World. I didn't have my cell phone on me, and it just, I mean, I don't know how this happened, but it just so happened that whole song from start to finish, which I recorded in the ocean, was supposed to be an acoustic track, complete with waves as the background noise and everything. but it was like dead on at this exactly the same BPM. Like I could literally just match the video with the final track that we did, which wasn't, you know, mixed. It was pure coincidence, which is kind of weird.
That's nuts. That's
okay. So here we are in Sedgefield. It's a very well-known strip here. On the N2 garden route, drives right through. It's got beautiful mountain ranges, and we are now in the process of getting some ideas and brainstorming a bit of a way forward, just in terms of new music and stuff. The Great Deep is our new project that we're working on, as you guys probably know, and we are looking at just how we're going to do that. So John and I, esteemed director of photography behind the camera here, is very helpful and kind of seeing what we can do with the new music.
Talk me through this shot here, because this was the one that we decided we were sitting. I think we were driving and literally saw this and then backed up on the road and found like a little spot, and then
little lay-by on the side of the road.
And I just jumped on that tree stump and you filmed it like with perfect rule of thirds going on and everything.
Oh, I was actually just thinking that when I look at the shot, what immediately comes to mind is the rule of thirds, which I remember learning about, but I'm not a photography guy. I don't really do videography or photography. So I'm not sure if this was intentional or if you gave me some kind of prompting, but that seems like a fairly good application of the rule of thirds.
I mean, right? It's like, and it works really nicely with the lyric video, because it's not like, you know, there's lots of space there to be able to put the lyrics. This little part here I also enjoyed was your cinematic close-up of the strings and how they wobbled and whatever. I think this
I really love that too, just being able to see the vibration of the strings in sort of slow motion, just because of the way you're focusing the camera.
I think this part we chose because of the theme of the song, Age of Crazy, like everything busy. We were looking at time-lapsing the traffic and that sort of thing.
We were driving through here and we were hitting a lot of traffic, and we were like, well, if we're gonna have to, like, you know, stop, go and sit in traffic, we may as well get out and film something. It seems like the right kind of spot for the shot that we need.
There were lots of stop goers in this on this trip. I remember that. This was where are we here? This was outside Knysna.
Yes,
And then this here was on the beach at Plettenberg Bay. I think that's it. I think we had played a show the night before. We woke up early and we thought, well, let's go down to the beach. It's nice light. The beach was quiet. There was no one else around, and it was perfect kind of spot to be able to film something without much in the background other than natural surroundings. So between, I think this was mainly filmed between Plettenberg Bay and Knysna on that garden route.
I think that initial shot was filmed much closer to Cape Town, so sort of towards the end of our
way
trip
home.
back. I think on the way home, but the bulk of it, was filmed in sort of Plet and Knysna and that sort of section of the road trip. And
it just goes to show how footage that you require. I'm just so glad we've been able to use this, because I think this was filmed in 2015, so it's 7 years old now, and before.
Sure.
And what's even more remarkable about that is, like, filmed it way before the final mix was even. I hadn't even sent the files off to our engineer to get mixed. So
that's true. And I mean, Age of Crazy is one of the songs production wise on the album that I just love what Brent did with it.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just very polished, and it also helps that I didn't really play much on the song, so there's less of me to criticize in it. Maybe that's why I like it so much.
You keep doing that, but that's so not true, actually. The interesting part for me is the how, I mean, I'm playing keyboards in the song, so it's really nothing like what you do. How he filled that out. So I mean, he's a real master of an engine.
Yeah, but I love it. And because there was so much time that transpired between when the songs were written and recorded and then when they were fleshed out and produced, honestly, there are moments on the album I'm like, did I play that, or was that something Ryan did that that he sent on to Brent? I love it.
Here's my future as a singer-songwriter is going to end up being on keyboard, and you're going to end up playing guitar and bass and everything else. I can see it.